Welcome back, dogs. This is a real gruesome episode, and it's for the real dogs. You know, these little skinny codgers on Reddit, what they think of your outfit, the nastiest and sloppiest. This guy is a creep. I love a good old Roger in the government, bro. Slap me in, let's gangbang. We're going to get into ball twangling, freaks, some dirty Reddit doozy heads, and plenty of silly sausages, making up a lot of crazy cuisine. And I've even got a little liquid death for this one. I wanted to feel the part like I'm really doing it. All I need now is some sort of sexual assault allegations, and I'll fit right in with the podcasting community. Ha. You know, I've never actually had one of these, by the way. And I didn't even know they were the sparkling water, so murder your thirsts. I don't drink. I think the idea of these is you can look like a loser with everyone else when you're at the parties, you know? Yeah, it's just sparkling water. I'll wait until I'll give it 5 years, and when they start giving me some money, maybe then I'll tell you if it's nice or not. But for the minute, it's just water. Well, let me get my notes out for this one. Reddit, all right? I use Reddit, and it's usually mainly for watching people get mangled in car accidents or bludgeoned to death when they're in fights. But I start getting recommended subreddits, and this one that I've been getting is called Male Fashion Advice. And it seems pretty tame, but let's be honest, the whole idea of going to Reddit for some sort of advice on anything, especially fashion and women, is a no-go, really. You wouldn't go fishing in the lake next to the nuclear power station because you're going to end up getting cancer. So when you're asking, you know, these little skinny codgers on Reddit what they think of your outfit, you're doomed, basically, because they don't know anything and they're all pussies. And this is just even backed up further. I went on this one post, and this kid is wearing some cargo shorts, you know, a blue jumper, a North Face t-shirt, and some shoes. I don't know. Can't remember what they look like. It's not the worst outfit in the world. You know, cargo shorts are pretty in at the minute. I'm not even mad at the blue and the green. I think you can pull that off. You know, the main thing with fashion is, you know, you want your stuff colours to tie up. You know, maybe your shoes to be the same as your top. So that's my little bit of advice, right, from a slayer like myself. And you know, have some more liquid. This makes me want to go murder people. Makes me want to go on a killing spree. But yeah, this kid is putting it on Reddit, and he's a young man. He says that he's going to uni. You know, I was flicking through the comments, and this one comment, this guy put, "You look like a garbage man," you know, jibber jabber jibber, you know, saying that he looked like shit, and the kid didn't look that bad. And I clicked on this kid's profile, and this is what I mean about Reddit, is this guy is a certified loser. I mean, he was posting on subreddits for meetups and stuff, for sexual meetups, like, "Oh, my 30-year-old little slut. Does anybody want to come and have sex with me?" And I don't think that's ever worked in the history of the world, to meet a female is posting on Reddit forums. Alas, this guy did it. Okay. And I went on one of his posts, right? And he's been writing some real twisted fan fiction, right? And I don't know whether these events really happened or not, but let me read this out. And I put it on my TV, so hopefully I can read it. But I've got so many fucking bright lights shining in my face. I feel like I'm about to get my bottom probed by an alien. He's 30 years old, by the way. "I slept with a married woman. I work at a car dealership as a sales rep, and one day a beautiful woman walked in. You know when you meet someone for the first time and you instantly get that sexual chemistry where you fantasize about fucking them there and then? Well, that was her. Long-haired brunette that was was slim and had the perfect amount of ass and breasts popping out of her skin-tight cream t-shirt, which had a matching skirt. Uh, At that moment in time, my cock was as hard as it was. At that moment in time, my cock was as hard as it was when I was 13 years old, and everything turned me on. My cock throbbed, and it was so fucking hard. I can remember she took off her panties and scrunched them up and put them in my mouth. All right, I've had enough of this guy. This has obviously never happened. What a sort of freaky fuck does this guy think he is? I don't believe for a second, right, that this has happened. One, because he's posting on fucking meetup forums where no one replies to him. I think he's put this out as a little bit of bait, like, listen, married women are fucking putting their pants in my mouth and I'm fucking in the test drive car, and receives the nastiest and sloppiest blowjob. But you can't look at Reddit for advice, people, is what I'm ultimately trying to say. Oh, man. It's so unbelievable. It's just so unbelievable. And the point about where, he says she took off her pants and put them in his mouth. Please, dude. Let's not be so flagrant with the lies, guy. Put it this way. A suicide bomber. You wouldn't ask him, right, for help with anxiety, what sort of tips and tricks he had, all right? And you would think, oh, okay, wow, this guy probably has the most anxiety in the world. Blowing yourself up at a moment's notice probably riddles you with fear, and you might have some good tips, all right? But he's a suicide bomber, right? Why the fuck are you going to listen to the guy that's going to kill himself, right, for any sort of life advice? And it goes for the same as the Reddit mongs. This guy is a creep, and if I had my way, if I was in power, I would be getting the police fucking knocking on this guy's door and kicking the shit out of him, KGB style. And the gall of him to tell people if their outfits look good or not. I'd love to see what this codger is wearing out and about. Because I bet it looks fucking vicious, the sort of outfits that he's throwing together. An orange jumpsuit with handcuffs on. But I feel like I'm getting too mean, and I don't mean it in a mean way. And I'm doing what I ultimately hate, is criticising, which this guy is doing, criticising when he's not really got a leg to stand on. Yeah, how do you mean? Just that line. Just writing this. When you're writing it, you've got to have your hand in your mouth. You've got to have your hand on your cock, sat on a fucking computer chair, stroking yourself the entire time you're writing this, and it's sick. It's sick reading other people's dirty thoughts. But more power to him. I'm gonna be honest. And I said this one was for the dogs. I was working the other day, and it's happened a few times where you can tell when it's coming as well. When people say racist, ignorant shit. This guy, I was with this guy, and we were talking about what school I went to, right? And the school I went to was multicultural, right? And he said this, and I quote, "It's full of foreigners. They bus them in," right? And it was making me laugh. It didn't make me laugh when he said it. When someone says something like that, I'm like, my ears start ringing and I don't know what to say. But I just kept laughing at they bust them in, like it's some sort of project, like the government busing all these fucking kids to school that are all foreigners. Oh man! But when people say shit like that, you can always tell when it's coming. I love a good old Roger in the government, bro. Slap me in, let's gangbang. All right, I'll throw some haymakers in. But you can tell when it's coming. You start talking about, oh yeah, the country, it's shit. And I'm like, yeah, it's shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, and everything costs a lot now. Yeah, it bloody does. And the foreigners are all taking over, and they're coming here on boats. Oh, where did that come from, Dave? Dave? What are we on about here, Dave? And I don't even understand where people get the gall to be ignorant in front of people. If I have a crazy opinion, I'll never tell anyone that I don't know. And just be so flagrantly like, yeah, this is what's wrong, and this is fucking. These people are fucking invading. It just gets my intestines in a tizzy. And this sort of language as well. All of this culture war rubbish. All the language everyone uses is like war speak, like something Churchill would say, like bussing them in. It implies like some sort of like conspiracy and some like mass movement of people, and they do it like the when they say they're like in the news they'll say, oh, they're invading, those sort of words, and the people on the other side do it as well. When they're talking about you know the social justice, they refer to people as allies and like, oh, are you an ally? Are you an ally? Like it's life or death. These people might feel like it's life or death, but fuck, I mean, come on, guys.